Hey, what's going on, guys? FullFrontage here. Today, bringing you guys a video on the brand new card that's coming to Clash Royale, and that is going to be the Ram Rider. So let's take a look at the stats of the Ram Rider at Tournament Standard. It's going to do 220 damage, 122 damage per second. It has a hit speed of 1.8 seconds. Its charge damage is going to be 440. Its hit points are going to be 1461, and it's going to target only buildings, and it only hits ground unit because it's a building. But here's the catch. So the Rider itself does 86 damage. It has a range of 5.5. It has a hit speed of 1.1 seconds. It's going to target air and ground. It will not target buildings. And it has a snare duration of 2 seconds. So the snare is a new effect inside of Clash Royale that we have never seen before. I recorded some gameplay with Clash with Ash. I'm going to show you guys one match just to go over a couple interactions, and then I'm going to show you guys some candid moments while Ash and I were playing these matches and kind of getting our live reaction to what the Ram Rider was like in game. So the replay I'm going to show you guys is probably one of the best decks I think this will fit in. This is essentially the bridge spam deck with Battle Ram, Baby Dragon, Lumberjack, Bandit, etc. But instead of having the Battle Ram, I just put the Ram Rider in. So it was literally a switch of one card, and so the Ram Rider is in for the Battle Ram. Everything else is fairly normal. I think Log and Barb Barrel are pretty interchangeable, but I just put Log in here because with the Ram Rider coming through, I mean, the Barb Barrel might be good. I just wanted to try the Login just to be sure. So we saw that first interaction right there, if you guys were looking at the gameplay, where the Princess was placed farther back than the Tesla. If the Princess is placed a little bit closer, you guys will see some interactions like that in the in like the little clips that I took from myself and Ash's games from earlier today. So the Ram is going to charge into buildings. So that's those pure stats that you see. The Rider is what makes things interesting. So the Rider is actually never going to target a building. If you play a defensive structure or if it just goes straight for the tower, the Rider itself will never target a building. So when you place something to defend it, you have to be careful because the Rider is going to target the troop that you play to defend it, both ground and air. So we'll take a look at the Ram Rider interaction right here on the right hand side. So it actually snares the Bandit back. So the Bandit is pretty far back, but then the Royal Ghost becomes its target because the Royal Ghost is actually closer. So even though the Bandit was still in range, it's going to switch to the most threatening target. So this is a brand new mechanic that we're seeing inside of the game, where it's a snare effect, which completely stops the unit from moving, but the unit will still attack. So you can't put a melee unit as you guys saw earlier. I put the Bandit at the bridge, and if you play the Bandit too far back, or any melee unit too far back, you'll see an interaction right here that I remember. So look, the Bandit dashes through, and look, the Bandit is too far back. It's not going to hit the Ram Rider anymore. So you have to be really careful with your positioning on melee units, because it will completely deny any damage that it will be taking from the melee units. But if you are using a range unit, it'll just stun the range unit in place, but the range unit will still be able to attack. And you guys can see on the right hand side this interaction between two Ram Riders. The Ram Rider is actually a counter to itself because the Ram Rider snares, so it'll stop the Ram from charging. So Ram Rider on your side is actually a good defense against a Ram Rider. So that's something that's really cool. But yeah, so I hope you guys really like this card, and I'm just going to kind of go through some interactions that Ash and I were kind of found organically through us playing some games. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know your guys' thoughts of the new card down below in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoy the new card. Here's some interactions with Clash with Ash.
All right, I'll start off with a Ram Rider.
7,000 trophies. What a pro.
Yeah, no big deal. You're close, though, man. You're close. Whoa. My device almost,
Oh, she attacks air.
Dude! She did so much damage.
Wow, she attacks air.
I didn't know that either, bro. I thought it was just going to be a nice, easy counter for you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, I'll just drop bats down. No big deal.
Dude, but did she... We'll have to go back and look. I'll have to go back and look there, but I didn't really notice I thought she had already locked onto the tower there, and she hit the bats. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I saw that.
The rider does not lock on to buildings.
Tower?
Yep. So the rider will only target troops.
Dude, nasty. But the ram's doing all kinds of damage.
Yeah, so the rider is actually doing nothing to the tower.
Wow. Dude, that's nasty. That might be the counter. But the snared P.E.K.K.A. even gets through. Okay.
Oh, I got the hit on the tower.
Yeah, you did. All right. So actually, wow, dude, look at how much damage the Rams do.
Wow. Is that does it do 200 non-charge? I didn't even look.
I didn't even look either, but like, I just think the amount of damage that the Ram does is a sneaky, because like you can deal with it with a miner like you tried to there, but
Yeah, I mean the charge I think is like 646 or not 646, like 446 or something.
the meta deck that I went with.
So it looks like she actually switches between targets because she hit the Ewiz and then she turned to the P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah. Like, I think 5 elixir is the right cost for this card.
Yeah. It's almost like a win condition, but it doesn't feel like one.
Yeah, like, even though we're talking about how amazing it is, the real question's going to be is it that much better than Battle Ram, you know?
Yeah. I like the snare. I don't think it does as much damage, for sure. But I think the snare effect might make it fairly viable.
Yeah, the snare effect is definitely enough to make it, in my opinion, a good alternative to Battle Ram.
Let's see how this does.
Dude, it's really good
Oh,
against
yeah.
itself.
It like counters itself
Yeah.
because of the stun.
Draw?
Might be. Oh, you got Fireball in there too.
I didn't even use it once this whole match.
Oh no.
Snare it! Snare it! There we go.
GG's, wow. I didn't know you had Fireball in there too.
I can't believe I didn't use it until the entire match was over. But you had no fireball targets other than Rascals. Oh, snap.
Oh, Rocket doesn't kill it. Wow.
Does not get killed by Rocket.
Skeleton Barrel death damage stops the charge.
Jeez, man. Mega Man can't even counter it. Hey, get that Ram Rider.
It's gonna hit the princess.
Oh.
No.
Oh, man.
It takes 3 shots to kill a princess.
Okay, that's valuable.
Yeah.
There's actually some pretty good interactional things here.
Yeah. It really doesn't do a lot of damage, which I think makes it pretty balanced.
Yep.